Hi, Mark Preston Milton, owner of Virtual Success, a technology-based company. You know, looking at social networking is basically a cliche type word. Everybody wants to run out and start social networking. But how do you do that? How do you do that for your business? You know, you may be sitting there thinking, there's no way in heck that social networking works for my business because, you know, I'm a landscaping service or I'm a plumbing company. Well, I'm telling you people, you need to take a hard look at that before you really throw social networking out the window. Now, social networking is not about jaw-jawing with your friends. It's about creating and sharing of information. That's what social networking is. And it ain't that you're going to give away your business secrets or anything like that. But what if you just had a social networking group, people that were kind of inspired by your company when you was out servicing them, or maybe you sold them a product that worked very well, and they just want to connect with you on the internet in a social environment. And then as time goes on, you provide them tips and strategies. Let's take, for example, you're a plumbing company. Why not share with your community tips on how to keep the commode unstopped, you know, or how to keep the sink from clogging up. Just little things like that help build that social network. And then whenever something happens within their house, guess what happens? They go there and say, oh, you know what, I got a plumbing company on my Facebook. They come out and did a great job for me. Well, I'm going to call them again. And then when Mary down the street comes and says, oh my gosh, my plumbing is stopped up. Well, guess what? Oh, you know what, Mary? I have somebody on my Facebook that I socially communicate with. They send out great strategies all the time. And I will send you their contact information. Or connect with me on Facebook and you can look at my profile pictures and there you go. Now, Facebook is not the only game in town. There's other article type sites, Stumble Upon, LinkedIn, different things like that. But you have to go back to the model and identify what is your goal in social networking. There's a tremendous amount of knowledge and things that we can do, but the main things you need to focus on is sharing of information. That's the key. Communication back and forth. You share something, the consumer shares something. You share something, consumer shares something. It builds that rapport in there with these people. And this can be applied, again, to the plumbing company, to the grass cutting guy, to the Fortune 500 company, to the largest companies in the world. It's the same methodology. You got to connect with that consumer. So I'm going to step through just a quick scenario again on using my model and my methodology and show you how that fits in. Alright, we always start out with IDSG. And for some of you may not know, identify, determine, support, and grow. And like I said, we're talking social networking. So here we go. I'm just going to do it like this. Social networking. Now that can carry you into a tremendous amount of different areas. And I'm going to go ahead and step through the plumbing company situation. Because a lot of them may not use social networking. And for this example, we're probably going to stick more to like Facebook. Okay, so you say you want social networking in your plumbing company. Okay, first thing we're going to do is identify what your goal is, what's your objectives. As usual, we're going to step through the process. Okay, you want plumbing, you want to do social networking. Well, you got to figure out what are you wanting to share with your community. Okay, so you want to share tips. Maybe you have some before and after pictures, you know, of the work you did. Maybe you've done some gigantic luxury home and you can show the foundation where you put this plumbing in all the way up through the final results where you had the mowing faucets or whatever. So before and after pics. The thing is, you can map those to the city and town, to the state where those pictures were taken. And that would go back into your search engine optimization as well. Being able to, for a search engine and social networking to connect the dots to say, okay, he took this before and after pictures of plumbing out of his company in such and such town. Okay. Then we got to determine, what do you want to use? Do you want to use Facebook? Do you want a business Facebook? Do you want to use StumbleUpon? Do you want to use LinkedIn? Do you want a Twitter? All of that capabilities are available, and every one of them is free. And there's more that you can do as well, but you have to determine the solution that fits the correct objective and goal that you're trying to accomplish there. And again, always a plan of action is the next step. All right, when you put this in place, who's going to do it? Are you going to be responsible for it? Do you have a staff member to be responsible for it? Are you going to outsource it to somebody? Are they going to be the ones that's working this strategy through these processes for you? Because again, you can't just go out and throw up a Facebook and expect it to miraculously turn results. It don't happen that way. You have to go out and make the connections. You have to go, when you're at that homeowner's house, you need to say, hey, do you have a Facebook? Hey, here's my business card. It's right there on my business card. Why don't you connect with us? We would like to send you out some tips, some strategies, some ways to take care of your plumbing, so you don't have to call me as much when just something simple breaks or something clogs up. You can take care of it yourself. Now you might think, well, no, that's my business. I'm not giving that away. Well, I'm just telling you, sometimes you share, you got to give to receive. Those words ring true through every aspect of your life, believe it or not. If you give, you will receive. More than likely, okay, so the drain clogged up. Well, okay, so what? They fixed it themselves because they seen your tip that your plumbing company posted. All right, well, next time they say, well, we're going to add on to the house. Oh, well, we got to have plumbers. Well, who do you think they're going to call? They're going to call you. So you go from a $50 job to a $10,000 plumbing job. See what I'm saying? You got to give if you want to receive. And social networking is sharing of information, sharing tips, sharing strategies, sharing pictures of before and after, of what you can do, what you bring to the table. And it also helps you connect to like builders and all these other different avenues. There's a tremendous amount of avenues that you can go down, and you work with them every day, but you probably don't socially connect with them. You don't socially build that network, but you do probably face-to-face. But you can do the same thing in the social environment, and that will only build on to other builders, other work, other consumers that need your services, and so on. So we got to look at that plan of action, look at who's going to support this. The big question is who, and who's going to follow this plan of action every day, who's going to communicate with your consumers. If they post a comment to something you say, who's going to jump on there and comment back. Now that can be you. They have smart technology telephones nowadays that come straight to your phone. You can respond within a matter of 10 seconds if you want to. And all of this stuff needs to be considered and needs to be thought of. And that's kind of what our model helps you, stay focused. Focus is this right here. If you can identify, determine, support, and grow in a focused vision, you can accomplish all kinds of different strategies within the social networking space. And any space for that matter. This model, I can't stress it enough, it will work on anything that you want to implement. You've got to get out of the mindset of just implementing a bunch of stuff and letting it sit. If you got a website and it only has one picture on there and a paragraph, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. If you went and bought a Vista Print website for $10, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, because people are not interested in seeing a static website. They want to know, how can I connect to you? How can I talk to you? How can I learn about your company? How do I know you're the best plumber around? They got Angie's List. Well, you could do the same thing in your social networking environment, because you can go to your customers and ask them to comment, to make a recommendation on your behalf. You see what I'm saying? Social networking has so much possibilities and so much potential, but you've got to identify what you want to accomplish out of this. and quit using all these 200,000 different services and different strategies and websites that don't work and Twitter accounts that go dead and social networking accounts that hadn't been logged into in 5 months. You got to get that out of your mind. You've got to get a plan of action. You've got to get this model put together, and you got to drive this train, because social networking is just like anything else in your business. If you're out trying to sell plumbing services, if you never leave the house, guess what? You don't get a job, right? Okay. So then it gives you the opportunity to figure out where you're going to grow to. What's that 10K view look like? As I always like to say, what's that 10,000 foot view going to look like when I get there? You know, don't put yourself in this little lane of service here. Be looking out here. You need to be looking at the mountain. There's your mountaintop right there. How are you going to get there? Get out of this one-track mindset. It won't work in today's world and environment. Now, you will make money, no doubt about that. You're just not going to ever really excel to what you could possibly grow a company to actually be. You know, and you're not going to be able to respond to your consumers. You know, you have so much competition out there. If you're in the plumbing service, there's probably 200 plumbing services. You have to stand out. And just running a TV ad is not good enough. You can beat the guys with the TV ads just by having this. Just by having this capability built into your business process. And like always, results is the name of the game. If I don't get you results, help you get results, then I'm not in business. And that's the bottom line. Results pays the bills. Results keep people employed. Results keep you working. You know, results is why we're here. Business is basically to enhance other people's capabilities or abilities to emotionally move them. That's why you're in business, to achieve results with your consumers. And connect with them and share of information. It does not hurt to share information. I'm sharing a lot of stuff. This model right here is priceless. And people are going to use it. They're going to go out and then they're going to come up with something similar to themselves for their strategy. And you know what? That is fine with me. I'm comfortable with what I offer. I'm comfortable with the results I get. I'm comfortable with how I do this. I use it every day in my career, and I've been able to accomplish a lot of different complex things that has been put in front of me. Okay, so that's social networking using the IDSG model. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, have a good day.